hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So time comes out with another video. We talking DDG. Before I get started, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video, okay? DDG gonna hit Halle with the checkmate or an attempted checkmate, and that's what we're talking about in this video. So he filed basically a motion to stop Halle from leaving the country with his son. As you guys know, she is going to be filming a movie soon where she is going to be there for approximately a month, and she's going to be taking her baby along with her, okay? Which the baby is an infant. All right, this is courtesy of TMZ. They said Halle Bailey has filed to deny DDG's request and instead grant her permission to take their son out of the country so she could work. Halle has also requested orders to stop DDG and his family and friends to stop posts about their son. This litigation and Halle on all platforms. Halle also points that DDG waited until today, June 4th, to file a request to block her from traveling and ask for new custody orders, when he and his attorneys have ignored all of her efforts for him to have monitored visits with their son since the issuance of the TRO on May 13th, 2025. The restraining order is TRO, okay? TRO, all right? I don't like this. That little nigga... Let me start saying little nigga. DDG is diabolical. This is why you really got to be careful about who you have babies with, okay? Because from what I get from this, he waited the last minute to potentially stop the work that she's doing. Of course, he wants to see his son, don't get me wrong, but it seems like this was a little bit calculated to wait at the very last second, right? Probably before she's going to have to fly over there to be able to start filming, to file this motion, so that way she's a little bit in a limbo. All right. They said Halle also pointed out that she waited today until June 4th. This is why I say this, because of that part. They said DDG has filed an emergency motion to stop Halle Bailey from taking their son out of the country, claiming she is an imminent emotional and psychological risk to the child. The rapper filed the docs Wednesday morning, asking for an emergency hearing because he says Halle has made plans to fly with their son Halo to Italy on Saturday. You see? Saturday! And it's Wednesday. DDG says the court shouldn't allow this because Halle isn't mentally healthy enough to care for herself and their child. He worries about what she might do if she leaves the court's jurisdiction. DDG provides examples of alleged conduct he thinks is troubling, claiming Halle once took his and left the house without telling him where she was going. DDG alleges he ultimately found her outside just holding the weapon. He says she wasn't pregnant when the incident went down. He alleges Halle once tried to have him behind his back, but says ultimately changed her mind and decided not to go through with it. Who knows what she would have did with the Glockiana, okay? It would have could have been a real life version of Man Down. Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, man down. I just shot a man down in Central Station in front of a big girl. It could have gave a little bit of that. So who knows what she would have been planning on doing with the Glockiana. On another occasion, 2 months after Halo was born, DDG claims Halle sent a series of alarming texts threatening to unalive herself and suggests that her infant son Halo might also be harmed. Now this I didn't like. This to me is where he got the checkmate correct, because that is very incriminating. We have seen many stories, especially living in SoFlo, you guys. The amount of stories that I've seen of literally the past few days of mothers unaliving their kids and themselves, parents, not even just mothers, but just parents in general, unaliving themselves or the kid because of some spirit, or just a whole lot of stuff. It's so disturbing. I don't think y'all even understand. It's sick, actually, okay? As you know, Bailey has accused DDG of behavior in the past, including once when she alleged she slammed her face into a steering wheel and chipped her tooth, okay? Now, this is the incriminating text messages, you guys, that he's referring to. She goes, "This is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You," and she misspelled a lot of these texts, so this is how you could tell she was really angry in regards to everything. "You don't step up," so I'm going to say it correctly, but it's spelled some of it like gibberish. You don't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. Somewhere Lala Anthony's clutching her pearls thinking, bitch, don't bring me into this. I ain't got nothing to do with this. She talking about another Lala. I'm going to unalive myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. And then Daryl, which is DDG, aka Doodoo Garbage, I'm sorry. I can't believe you're acting like this. And then she said, you put your inside of her in Mexico. Answer the effing phone. Answer the effing phone. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it. He said, I just want to be left alone, please. I'm calling for help. I have a shank. I'm calling for help. But why don't child, it's a lot of gibberish, y'all. But why don't care, do you? Okay. I just thought we'd do what I wanted to do today since it's Mother's Day. But if you really want to go, you can. I'll just go home and pack. Hello? DDG says, if you don't come back here, I'm going to call the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my Glockiana. That Glockiana has no safety. And at one point, he said, put it down. And he said, that's nothing to be played with. She said, you have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money. When you're done, even see what's in front of you. How could you? How could you go to Mexico and be with somebody else? How could you openly talk ish about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to effing ruin me. And that is the thread, all right? Now, this is very incriminating in regards to Halle. And the most incriminating part is when she took the Glockiana and disappeared with it. That, to me, shows me that, like, she can be a little bit, like, off the walls when it comes to her emotions. I really do feel like she did that just to get his attention, but it still doesn't make it right in a court of law, because if you're going to say the fact that he isn't, you know, a fit father to take care of the kid full-time when you're not around, and he has evidence like this, in a court of law, this is not going to pass. It's not going to look right. It's going to make her look extra bad. I really don't think this is going to shape up to be good in her favor, and I don't think they're going to grant her to go with the child in Italy for that month. I just don't see it when it comes to this, because a pow-pow is nothing to be played with. Y'all know me. I was riding for, you know, she had the evidence and all, but this is a whole nother level, okay? This whole situation could have really been solved had they went to family court in the beginning and did a motion through that way, instead of letting this draw out to now where it's restraining order versus restraining order, because now it's gotten to too far that it's past that point, okay? Now, also, DDG's mom has spoke out about this as well. She made a declaration and said she claims to have found multiple air tags in DDG's vehicles allegedly implanted by Halle. Tanya claims the first AirTag was discovered in 2023 under the backseat of DDG's Maybach. It was found after Halle popped up on DDG while he was at the movies with a female friend. She says Halle called her upset, claiming she was going to F him up, and alleges Halle tried to fight the female friend, claiming she had to step in and de-escalate the situation. Didn't I tell y'all Halle about that timing? No shade. Okay, you're an angel, I'm an angel. She not an angel, okay? She about that timing. I said in my previous video, although I was here for her going to the courts and getting this solved legally, I also said in this video that I did not think she was innocent, all of this, because you could tell, like, I wouldn't say she has a temper, but, like, she's not the quiet one out of the duo. You could tell Chloe's the softer one. The next day, after being confused on how she knew his location, they searched the vehicle and found an AirTag. Days later, her fiance, who also appears to be DDG's driver, kept getting notifications about being tracked by an AirTag. He searched the Escalade they were in and found it in the truck area. It doesn't stop there. She went on to allege another AirTag was found in the same Escalade about 3 weeks later. This time it was concealed in a vitamins pill bottle. The fourth AirTag was found in April 2024 after Halo's birth. She claims she personally found it hidden under the cardboard lining of a diaper bag. This one was designed for pets. She took photos of each AirTags that were found and went on to claim that Halle left the box of AirTags at DDG's home after she moved out following Halo's birth. She's willing to testify in court and claims this caused DDG emotional distress and created concerns for his safety, especially after the behavior she witnessed at the movie theater. Whew. Now I think this is a checkmate. I'm not gonna lie. And this isn't something to be happy about either. It's really sick because the son suffers at the end. Nobody wins in this. If really nobody wins when the family feud. That quote is nothing to be played with. Like really nobody wins. Like there's no W in this at all. But I do believe legally, like now he may stand a fighting chance of being able to see his son past that month because this is very incriminating. Now, when it comes to the AirTags thing, I think a part of the AirTag situation had to do with seeing where the son is when she's not around. I think it had a little bit to do with that. But the part of it also has to do with him cheating on her. So they kind of go hand in hand when it comes to that. All right. Now, after all of this came out, DDG did post on Instagram this picture. He's so damn corny. You know, he was saving that picture in his phone because he knew this was coming. He was like, well, I'm going to post this and had a chat going in a roar. Okay. Post a little checkmate sign with him in shades. All right. Looking like a Disney villain. Okay. It's giving Blade. No shade. Tell me that the fuck nigga look like Blade. Okay. But no, this is a prime example of like when it comes to custody battles, because we've all seen this happen with a lot of celebrities before. It's one person's story versus the next. Okay. So when you're trying to file an order of protection, I just feel like it's extremely important for you to tell the whole story and not just a part of it. Because if you don't tell the whole story in an entirety, that person can rebuttal with their side, and then you leave it up to the judge to decide who's telling the truth or not, versus you telling the truth from the beginning and the judge having all the evidence and deciding what to do from there. The whole thing in itself is just sad though, because we wouldn't if you had told me this had happened, this was going to happen months ago or like a couple years, I wouldn't have believed it. I would not have believed it, because say what you want about those two, they never really showed signs until things started to look murky that there was trouble or that all of this was going on behind the scenes, because neither of them never really like spoke on it. It just seemed like they were together just in peace. Okay. Let me know what you guys think down below about this whole situation. Do you feel like the judge will rule in DDG's favor and not allow him to go to Italy for a month? Like I said, I do feel like he should be allowed to see his son, regardless of the problems that they do have between each other. I feel like he has the right as a father to be able to see his son. Let me know what y'all think down below. All right, babies.
No personal thing.